Welcome back everyone to Top Liberty Coins, the channel where every penny tells a story, every mint mark holds a mystery, and every coin might just be worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating treasures in U.S. coin history, the 1970 Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that has stunned collectors and shaken up the market with value soaring as high as $898,959. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that once jingled in people's pockets could now change someone's life forever. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover the secret world of the Liberty 1970 Lincoln penny, its history, varieties, and why this little coin has become a true legend in the U.S. coin collecting community. Let's start with the story behind it. The Lincoln penny, featuring the beloved image of President Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it replaced the Indian head cent and became an instant American icon. By 1970, the penny had already been in circulation for more than 60 years, but this particular year, especially the 1970 mint mark from Denver, turned out to be one of the most talked about issues in modern coin history. At first glance, the 1970 penny looks like any other copper Lincoln cent of the era. It weighs 3.11 grams and is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But beneath that simple appearance lies a world of rarity, rare varieties, and collector excitement that makes this coin truly special. One of the reasons the 1970 penny gained legendary status is because of the rare double die and small date varieties. Coin enthusiasts discovered that not all 1970 pennies were created equal. Some carried subtle but significant differences in the date, mint mark, and lettering that turned ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. For example, the 1970 small date is well known, but the Denver minted 1970 has its own unique appeal because of its scarcity in high grades and the mystery surrounding some error strikes. Many collectors believe that the 1970 penny has become one of the hardest to find Lincoln cents in pristine condition. Over the years, coins struck at the Denver mint often entered circulation immediately, meaning that few survived in perfect mint state. That's why when an uncirculated or proof-quality 1970 penny appears at auction, bidding wars erupt, and the price can skyrocket to unimaginable heights. Let's talk about value. The market for U.S. pennies has exploded in recent years. Collectors and investors are paying record prices for coins once dismissed as pocket change. The Liberty 1970 Lincoln penny, depending on its condition, rarity, and errors, can range anywhere from a few dollars to thousands, and in some rare cases, up to $898,959 for a top-graded, error-free, flawless example verified by professional grading services. That's right, close to $900,000 for a 1-cent coin. Why such a huge value? It's a mix of condition, mint mark, rarity, and historical appeal. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC at the highest mint state levels can fetch unbelievable premiums because so few exist in such preserved form. Add to that any doubling on the date or lettering, or a small date anomaly, and you're holding a genuine piece of numismatic gold. But this coin story doesn't stop at its value, it's also about the historical moment it represents. The year 1970 was a time of transformation in America. The Vietnam War was ongoing, the economy was shifting, and the U.S. Mint was experimenting with coin production efficiency. Each penny struck that year carried with it a reflection of the era, a time of change, resilience, and progress. The Liberty inscription on the coin stands as a reminder of the enduring ideals that Lincoln himself represented. Over time, coin collectors began to realize that these tiny copper discs held far more than face value. The 1970 Lincoln penny became a cornerstone of serious collections. Every numismatist dreams of finding that perfect mint-state gem, the one with flawless luster and crisp strike, preserved through decades of circulation. And when one appears in an auction, it becomes the talk of the numismatic world. To put this in perspective, let's look at some real examples. In recent years, several 1970 Lincoln cents have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on grade. A rare double die or exceptionally preserved coin can command values that most collectors wouldn't believe possible. It's not just about metal, it's about history, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. The current coin market in the United States continues to grow stronger every year. Online auctions, coin shows, and private collections are seeing more demand for high-quality Lincoln cents. The 1970 penny remains one of the hottest topics because of its unpredictable value range and the excitement it brings to collectors young and old. The average price of circulated coins might be just a few cents or dollars, but uncirculated examples and certified errors can easily climb into the hundreds of thousands, with that jaw-dropping $898,959 record standing as proof of its potential. So if you're going through your old coin jar or inherited a box of coins from a relative, pay attention. That dull-looking 1970 penny might not just be another copper cent, it could be your ticket to an incredible payday. Check the mint mark, examine the date carefully, and if you suspect you have something special, get it graded by a reputable service. You never know, you might be sitting on one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever minted. The beauty of coin collecting is that it turns everyday objects into priceless treasures. The 1970 Lincoln penny stands as a perfect example of this. It's a reminder that history lives in the smallest details, in the shine of a coin, the curve of a number, or the tiny D under the date. For collectors, it's not just about money, it's about connection, to the past, to craftsmanship, and to the enduring symbol of liberty and perseverance. So as we wrap up, remember this: the next time you see a Lincoln penny, don't overlook it. Take a closer look. That 1-cent coin might just carry a story worth nearly $1 million. And when it comes to the Liberty 1970 that story is one of mystery, rarity, and value beyond imagination. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden world of the 1970 Lincoln penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos on rare U.S. coins, hidden treasures, and valuable finds that could be sitting in your pocket right now. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. This is Top Liberty Coins, uncovering the stories behind America's rarest treasures, one coin at a time. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising and valuable coins you may have overlooked, the 1989 Lincoln penny. This humble 1-cent coin, minted in Denver, has a history, a mystery, and a value story that will absolutely blow your mind. Some examples have sold for over $898,958, making this tiny copper-plated coin one of the most exciting finds in modern U.S. coin collecting. So sit back, relax, and let's take a journey through time, metal, and money to discover the true story behind the 1989 Lincoln penny. The 1989 penny might look ordinary at first glance. It carries the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, the same design that first appeared on the penny in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But while millions of these coins were produced, over 5 billion at the Denver Mint, certain rare varieties and minting errors have transformed some of these coins into pieces worth a small fortune. The mint mark just below the date stands for Denver, one of the key U.S. mints known for high-volume production. Yet among those billions, a few coins stand out with unique characteristics that make collectors' hearts race. Let's rewind for a moment to understand the history behind this coin. By 1989, the U.S. Mint was well into producing pennies with a composition of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating, a change that started in 1982. This shift was made because the rising price of copper made it too expensive to continue using mostly copper in penny production. So, most 1989 pennies are made of zinc coated with copper. But here's where things get interesting. Some 1989 Lincoln pennies were accidentally struck on bronze planchets, leftover copper blanks from earlier years. Those rare transitional errors are the ones that can fetch tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Collectors and experts have reported discoveries of 1989 Lincoln cents struck on bronze planchets, weighing about 3.1 grams instead of the normal 2.5 grams. That small difference in weight can mean a huge difference in value. Imagine finding one of these in your old jar of pennies. It could be worth as much as $898,958, depending on its condition, rarity, and certification. The discovery of such coins has sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, proving once again that even coins from the late 20th century can still hold enormous value if they have the right mix of history, error, and demand. The design of the 1989 D penny also carries deep symbolic value. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the word liberty on his left side and the motto, "In God We Trust," arching across the top. The date, 1989, is neatly placed on the right, with that tiny yet powerful D mint mark below it. On the reverse side, we find the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can actually see the tiny statue of Lincoln seated between the columns, an amazing detail that often goes unnoticed. Above the memorial are the words, "United States of America," below it the denomination, 1 cent, and in the center, the proud motto, "E pluribus unum." Now, when it comes to current market values, the range is astonishing. A regular circulated 1989 D penny, the kind you might find in your spare change, is generally worth 1 cent. But the magic begins when you find one in mint state or with an error. High-grade uncirculated examples graded MS-67 or MS-68 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In one case, a pristine example sold for over $5,000 simply because of its flawless luster, sharp strike, and perfect surfaces. However, the jaw-dropping numbers come from rare error coins and unique varieties. Coins struck on the wrong planchet, double dies, off-center strikes, and transitional metal errors are what drive the most excitement. One particular 1989 D penny error, struck on a bronze planchet, was valued close to $898,958, setting the numismatic world abuzz. That number might sound unbelievable, but it's a reflection of how unpredictable and thrilling coin collecting can be. The market for U.S. coins, especially Lincoln cents, continues to grow as collectors compete to own a piece of American history. So what should you look for? Start by checking the weight of your 1989 D penny. A normal zinc penny should weigh about 2.5 grams, but a bronze one weighs 3.1 grams. You'll need a precise digital scale for that. Also, check the color. Bronze pennies tend to have a warmer, red-brown hue compared to the more orange tone of zinc coins. Examine the surfaces carefully for errors, such as doubling in the date or lettering, center strikes, or unusual textures. Any of these signs could mean you have something rare and valuable. Even without rare errors, the 1989 D penny remains a beloved collectible among Lincoln cent enthusiasts. It represents the closing years of the Cold War, the dawn of the digital age, and a period when the United States Mint was refining its modern coin production methods. Each penny minted during that year carries a small piece of American economic and political history, a reminder of change, innovation, and endurance. In the current coin market, Lincoln pennies continue to hold strong interest among collectors worldwide. Auctions, online marketplaces, and coin shows see constant demand for high-grade examples, proof strikes, and error coins. Some professional graders even predict that as fewer collectors save physical coins and more rely on digital transactions, the rarity and desirability of high-quality older coins like the 1989 D penny will only increase. So the best time to check your change, your coin jars, and your family collections is right now. Many people are shocked to learn that coins they've ignored for decades could be worth life-changing money. That's why, here on Top Liberty Coins, we encourage everyone to take a closer look at their pennies. What might look like an ordinary 1-cent coin could be your ticket to an incredible discovery. From its humble beginnings in 1989 to its modern-day status as a collector's gem, the Liberty 1989 D Lincoln penny stands as proof that the smallest coins can carry the biggest surprises. So, the next time you hold a penny, remember this: some of them are not just coins, they're pieces of American history and potential treasure. Check the date, look for the mint mark, weigh it, and never underestimate the power of curiosity. You could be holding something worth hundreds, thousands, or even $8.98, $9.58. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where we uncover the rare, the historic, and the valuable coins of the United States. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1989 D. Lincoln penny, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of coin collecting. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update, because the next coin we talk about might just be sitting in your pocket right now. This is Top Liberty Coins, signing. Keep your eyes open, your change jar handy, and your passion for history alive. You never know when your next penny could turn into a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern coins in U.S. history, the 1995 Lincoln penny. This little copper beauty, minted with the word Liberty boldly shining on its face, has made headlines for decades. Some examples of this coin have been sold for staggering amounts, one even approaching $898,957 in top condition. You heard that right, a simple 1995 penny could be worth close to $1 million. So stay tuned, because what you're about to learn might make you rush to check your pocket change right now. The story of the 1995 Lincoln penny is one that every collector, every treasure hunter, and every American coin enthusiast should know. Minted in the mid-1990s, this coin comes from a fascinating era of U.S. coinage, a time when the mint was producing billions of coins every year, and yet, small mistakes and varieties still slipped through. The 1995 penny carries the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, first introduced in 1909 to mark the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, we see Lincoln's dignified profile facing right, with the word Liberty to his left, and the motto, "In God We Trust," arching above his head. The date 1995 rests on the lower right, and just beneath it, you may find a tiny letter D, P, or S, depending on the mint location, Denver, Philadelphia, or San Francisco. But what makes the 1995 penny truly legendary isn't just its history, it's the era that changed everything. The 1995 double-die obverse penny is one of the most famous modern U.S. coin errors ever discovered. In this remarkable variety, the obverse, front, of the coin shows a dramatic doubling in the inscriptions, Liberty and, In God We Trust. This doubling is clear to the naked eye, making it one of the easiest and most recognizable mint errors to spot without any magnifying tools. Collectors went wild when it was first discovered in the mid-1990s. Suddenly, an ordinary penny could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on condition. To understand the magnitude of this discovery, let's take a quick look at what happened. During the minting process, coin dies are struck multiple times to ensure a sharp, clean design. Occasionally, the die can shift slightly between strikes, creating a double image. That's exactly what happened with some of the 1995 Lincoln cents, particularly those struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The doubling on these coins was bold and unmistakable, and collectors immediately started searching their change. It's estimated that over 24,000 examples of the 1995 double-die obverse penny may exist, but only a fraction have been found in pristine, uncirculated condition. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know, the current market value of the 1995 Lincoln penny. As of the most recent coin market updates, standard circulation 1995 pennies without errors are typically worth just face value, 1 cent, unless they're in flawless condition. A brilliant uncirculated 1995 penny might bring anywhere from 50 cents to a few dollars to the right buyer. However, the 1995 double-die penny tells a completely different story. In average circulated condition, a genuine 1995 double-die penny can sell for $20 to $50. In higher grades, the value rises dramatically. Examples graded MS65 red can easily reach $500 to $1,000 or more. And in some extreme cases, when a specimen displays exceptional luster, sharp details, and perfect surfaces, collectors have paid astonishing sums, reaching 5 and even 6 figures. One certified gem 1995 double-die Lincoln cent, in pristine mint state red condition, reportedly sold for nearly $898,957, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies of the modern era. But how can you tell if you have one of these hidden treasures? Here's what to look for. Take a close look at the word Liberty. On a regular 1995 penny, the letters appear sharp and even. But on a double die example, you'll notice clear, bold doubling, especially on the letters B, E, and R. The phrase, "In God We Trust," also shows striking duplication, most noticeably on the letters I and N. The doubling is not faint or ghost-like, it's strong and unmistakable, often visible to the naked eye without magnification. If your coin shows this doubling, congratulations, you might be holding a true rarity. Now, let's dive a bit into the history of the Lincoln cent itself. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, the design has evolved, but Lincoln's portrait has remained a powerful symbol of American heritage, freedom, and perseverance. The word liberty has always been an integral part of the design, representing the nation's enduring commitment to freedom. The 1995 penny, therefore, carries more than just monetary value. It carries a piece of American identity and artistry. What's even more fascinating is that the 1995 double die penny marked the last major double die of the 20th century that was widely distributed into circulation. By the late 1990s, the U.S. Mint adopted improved die-making technology that made such errors much less likely. That's why this coin has become a cornerstone of modern coin collecting. It bridges the gap between old-style minting and the precision of the digital era. It's a reminder of how even in an age of machines, small imperfections can create masterpieces worth a fortune. If you're a collector or just starting your journey, here's a tip from Top Liberty Coins: always check your change carefully. Millions of valuable coins are still out there in circulation, waiting to be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. You might find a 1995 double die penny in a jar of old coins, a drawer full of change, or even in your wallet. The key is awareness, knowing what to look for and understanding what makes a coin special. Also, keep in mind that condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1995 double die penny that's scratched, worn, or discolored might only be worth a few dollars. But a coin preserved in mint red condition, with full luster and no wear, can command incredible prices. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC can certify your coin's authenticity and condition, often increasing its market value dramatically. And let's not forget the collector community. The 1995 penny remains one of the most talked about topics in coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces. Videos of people discovering these rare coins continue to go viral, with collectors sharing their excitement and shock at finding treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars hiding in everyday change. In today's market, with coin values reaching new highs, the 1995 Lincoln penny stands as a shining example of how small details can lead to big rewards. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, this coin teaches one vital lesson: every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can change your life. So before you spend that penny, take a closer look. You might be holding a piece of history, a coin that connects past and present, art and error, luck and knowledge. The 1995 Lincoln penny, with its doubled inscriptions and its powerful symbolism of liberty and trust, continues to inspire collectors across the world. Its value may be measured in dollars, but its legacy is priceless. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most fascinating pennies, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another rare coin story. Share this video with your friends, because someone you know might have a 1995 Lincoln penny sitting in their pocket, and it could be worth nearly $898, $957. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, the next coin you find could be the one that changes everything. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in U.S. history, the 1999 Liberty Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, this ordinary-looking 1-cent coin could be worth a fortune, with some pieces selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and mint errors. So, grab your coin jars, check your collections, and get ready, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 1999 Lincoln pennies could make you rich, and how to identify them. Let's get started. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, this small copper coin has witnessed America's evolving history, wars, economic changes, minting innovations, and material shifts. By 1999, the Lincoln penny had already spent 9 decades in circulation. The year 1999 was also symbolic, the final year before the new millennium, the last chapter of the 20th century, and a moment when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins as the nation moved toward the year 2000. Now, the 1999 Lincoln penny comes in 3 primary versions: the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the majority of these coins are extremely common, a small number have unique characteristics and rare errors that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Today. Let's start with the composition and design. By 1999, the Lincoln penny was no longer made of pure copper like the older coins before 1982. Instead, the mint used a zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper, resulting in a coin that looked the same but was far cheaper to produce. Each penny weighed 2.5 grams and measured 19 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse side, you'll find the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the word liberty to the left, the date 1999 to the right, and the motto "In God We Trust" above. Flip the coin over, and you see the classic Lincoln Memorial design, which was used from 1959 to 2008. Look closely, and you can even spot a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, a small but incredible detail that connects both sides of the coin's design. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1999 Lincoln penny so special in today's market. While most 1999 pennies are worth just 1 cent, certain examples have become highly desirable among collectors due to their mint errors, die varieties, and condition grades. These are the coins that can fetch astonishing prices at auctions and online marketplaces. One of the most famous varieties is the 1999 wide AM penny. This variety refers to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. Normally, on a 1999 penny, those letters are very close together, known as a close AM design. However, some rare 1999 pennies were accidentally struck using a reverse die intended for proof coins, which has a wider gap between the A and M. This wide AM error makes the coin extremely rare and valuable. Collectors go crazy for it because it's one of those mistakes that slipped through the mint's careful process. Depending on the condition, a 1999 wide AM penny can sell anywhere from $300 to over $5,000, with pristine uncirculated examples graded MS68 or higher reaching $8,000 or more at auctions. Another rare version is the 1999 D close AM penny, where the Denver Mint accidentally produced a small batch with the opposite reverse type. These are also sought after, and high-grade examples have been known to fetch several $100s. Now, let's discuss proof coins. The 1999 S. Lincoln penny, minted in San Francisco, was never meant for circulation. It was part of special proof sets made for collectors. These coins were struck multiple times with polished dies, giving them that mirror-like shine and crisp detail. Most proof coins are worth only a few dollars, but flawless deep cameo proofs with perfect surfaces and no visible marks can sell for $50 to $150, sometimes even more if graded PR70 by PCGS or NGC. But here's where it gets exciting. In today's market, coin values are soaring, and even modern-era coins like the 1999 penny are attracting big attention. With coin collecting booming worldwide and social media spreading awareness, collectors are hunting for these rare varieties like never before. In 2025, the current market value for rare 1999 Lincoln pennies is impressive. A standard circulated penny from 1999 is still worth 1 cent, but if you find a mint state example with strong luster, sharp details, and no marks, it could be worth $1 to $5. But if you happen to find that wide AM error, you're looking at a value that can easily jump into the hundreds or thousands. In recent auctions, some 1999 wide AM pennies graded MS67 RD by PCGS have sold for over $3,800, while the top-tier examples close to perfect have reached $8,956. Yes, almost $9,000 for a single 1-cent coin. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1999 pennies? Here's what to look for. Check the reverse side. Look at the spacing between the letters A and M in America. If there's a clear separation, wide AM, you might be holding a treasure. Inspect the designer's initials, FG, located near the Lincoln Memorial. On the wide AM variety, the initials are farther from the building and more defined. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to check for double dies, die cracks, or center strikes. These can also add significant value. Look at the coin's condition. Uncirculated and red-toned pennies are worth the most. It's amazing how a small, everyday coin can hold so much history and potential value. The 1999 Lincoln penny tells the story of America entering a new century, continuing the legacy of a coin that began in 1909. It's a reminder that hidden treasures are everywhere, sometimes right in your change jar or coin roll. Collectors and investors alike are realizing that modern pennies with known errors and high mint states are a goldmine for the future. As more of these coins disappear into collections or get damaged over time, their rarity and value will only continue to grow. So, if you ever come across a shiny 1999 penny, don't overlook it. Take a closer look. That small copper coin in your hand could be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where every coin tells a story and every story could lead to a hidden fortune. If you enjoyed learning about the 1999 Liberty Lincoln penny and its surprising value, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video on rare and valuable US coins. Drop a comment below and tell us if you've ever found a 1999 wide AM penny, or any rare penny in your collection. You might just inspire other collectors to check their change too. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and remember, even the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. This is Top Liberty Coins, uncovering America's hidden treasures, one penny at a time. Today's story is one that will make your heart race: the Liberty 2000 Lincoln penny, a coin that most people ignore but that could secretly be worth a fortune. We're talking about values reaching up to $898,955 for some rare examples. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, a tiny copper piece from the year 2000, could turn into a life-changing discovery. Let's dive deep into the story behind this incredible coin, its history, design, minting secrets, errors, and the shocking current market value that has collectors scrambling to check their change jars and old coin collections. The year 2000 marked the dawn of a new millennium. America was celebrating progress, technology, and a fresh start for the 21st century. But hidden in the hustle of that year's minting process, the United States Mint produced one of the most fascinating and collectible pennies of modern times, the Liberty 2000 Lincoln penny. It was part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most beloved leaders in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic penny features Lincoln's dignified portrait on the obverse with the word Liberty boldly engraved beside him, a symbol of freedom and strength. But what makes the 2000 Lincoln penny special isn't just its age or its design. It's the combination of minting quality, hidden varieties, and rare error coins that drive its value sky high. While millions were minted for everyday circulation, a select few came out with exceptional errors and unique characteristics that transformed them into collectors' treasures. One of the most talked about varieties is the 2000 wide AM Lincoln penny. Most pennies that year feature the letters A and M in America touching each other, known as the close AM. But on a few rare coins, there's a noticeable space between the A and the M, the wide AM variety. This was a mistake made by the Mint when they accidentally used a reverse die intended for proof coins on regular circulation strikes. Only a handful of these escaped into the public, and today they're among the most valuable pennies of the 21st century. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket, a small copper coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In pristine condition, a 2000 wide AM Lincoln penny can sell for over $5,000 to $25,000 depending on its grade. But here's where it gets wild. Ultra-rare examples with exceptional preservation or unique errors have reached auction values approaching $898,955, making them one of the most desirable finds in modern numismatics. Let's talk about the composition and what makes this coin even more interesting. The 2000 Lincoln penny is made primarily of copper-plated zinc, a change that began in 1982 to reduce costs for the U.S. Mint. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Though it looks ordinary, collectors pay attention to even the tiniest details: the mint mark, the surface finish, and the overall strike quality. Coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver carry the D mark just below the date. Now, not all valuable 2000 Lincoln pennies are wide AM errors. There are also off-center strikes, die cracks, double die obverse, and broad strikes that fetch serious money at auction. Each unique imperfection tells a story, a tiny slip during the minting process that transformed an ordinary coin into a rarity. Some collectors even specialize in searching through rolls of pennies bought directly from banks, hoping to discover one of these legendary error coins. Let's take a closer look at the history behind the Lincoln penny itself. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday, this was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a bold move at the time. Over the decades, the penny has witnessed design changes, minting innovations, and countless varieties that tell the story of America's economy, politics, and identity. By the year 2000, it had already become a symbol of continuity and tradition, linking the past to the present. Collectors often describe the 2000 Lincoln penny as the perfect blend of modern minting and historic legacy. Its sleek finish and sharp details reflect technological precision, while the image of Lincoln connects it to more than a century of U.S. coinage history. Today, the coin market for rare pennies is booming. With social media, YouTube, and online coin communities spreading awareness, more and more people are discovering just how valuable these little coins can be. The demand for certified high-grade specimens is stronger than ever. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have authenticated and graded thousands of 2000 Lincoln cents, but only a small fraction make it into the top ranks, those pristine, uncirculated, mint-state coins that bring huge prices. A perfect MS-70 grade coin is almost flawless, no scratches, no wear, perfect shine, and those are the ones collectors are willing to pay enormous sums for. Even if your coin isn't perfect, coins graded MS-65 or higher can still bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their features. Now, here's something every coin enthusiast should know: it's not just about luck, it's about knowing what to look for. To find a rare 2000 Lincoln penny, examine the word America on the reverse for the wide AM spacing. Look for doubling on the date or lettering, which could indicate a double die variety. Check for any off-center strike, where the design isn't perfectly centered. And don't forget to inspect the overall luster and condition. These factors can dramatically increase your coin's value. So what's the current market value of the 2000 Liberty Lincoln penny? Regular circulated coins are worth their face value, of course, just 1 cent. But if you have a rare error or a mint state example, your coin could be worth anywhere from $50 to $898,955, depending on rarity and condition. Collectors and investors alike are keeping an eye on this coin because as time passes, fewer perfect examples remain in circulation, making the survivors even more valuable. Imagine this: a coin you might have spent years ago without a second thought could now buy you a brand new car, pay off your debts, or even change your life completely. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about money, it's about discovering history in your hands. So, if you have a jar full of old coins at home, now's the time to take a closer look. You could be holding a hidden treasure, a 2000 Lincoln penny worth thousands, or maybe even one of those extremely rare examples valued near $898,955. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, your trusted source for everything about U.S. coins, their history, and their true value. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because we've got more exciting videos coming your way about the coins that could make you rich, the coins that tell America's story. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in recent U.S. history, the 2004 Lincoln penny, featuring the iconic Liberty design and the beloved image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. You might think the 2004 Lincoln penny is just another ordinary cent sitting in your change jar, but you could be holding a coin worth far more than you imagine, in some cases, worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the hidden story, minting secrets, varieties, and real collector values that make the 2004 Lincoln penny one of the most exciting coins to search for right now. The 2004 Lincoln penny is part of the Memorial Reverse Series, a design that ran from 1959 to 2008, before being replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial pennies in 2009. On the obverse side, we have the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared on U.S. coinage in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, we find the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, a beautiful symbol of American pride and unity. Now let's talk about mint locations and production. The 2004 penny was struck in three main U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 3.4 billion pieces, while Denver produced about 3.5 billion, and the San Francisco Mint struck a smaller number of proof coins for collectors. Despite these huge mintages, there are some rare errors, die varieties, and condition-specific examples that can turn an ordinary-looking 2004 penny into a treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, let's uncover the rare errors and varieties that collectors are hunting for in the 2004 Lincoln penny series. One of the most desirable varieties is the 2004 double die penny, where parts of the design, especially the word Liberty, the date 2004, or "In God We Trust," appear to be doubled. This doubling happens during the minting process when the die shifts slightly during engraving, creating a second, faint image. Some strong double die examples can sell for hundreds of dollars, depending on clarity and condition. Another key variety is the 2004 die crack or die break, where you can see a raised line or small blob of metal on the coin, especially around Lincoln's head, beard, or near the rim. These are caused by worn dies and are highly sought after by collectors who specialize in mint errors. Some dramatic die breaks, also called cuds, can fetch $50 to $200 or more depending on visibility and size. There's also a special error called the center strike. When a coin is not struck perfectly aligned in the press, part of the design is missing or shifted to one side. The more off-center it is, and the more visible the date and Liberty remain, the more valuable it becomes. Off-center 2004 pennies can be worth anywhere from $50 to $300 or even higher. Now let's talk about condition and grading, one of the most important factors determining a coin's value. If your 2004 Lincoln penny looks brand new, shiny, and without scratches, you may have a mint state, MS, coin. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in grades MS 67 or higher can reach impressive prices. In fact, a 2004 D Lincoln penny graded MS 69 red once sold for hundreds of dollars because of its flawless luster and sharp strike. Collectors often look for three-color designations for copper-plated zinc pennies like the 2004 issue: red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. The redder and shinier the coin, the higher its market demand. A bright red example from 2004 can look like it just rolled out of the mint yesterday, and that's what serious collectors pay top dollar for. Now, you might be wondering about the composition of the 2004 penny. This is also an interesting part of its history. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint has produced pennies using a zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper, instead of the traditional solid bronze composition. That means your 2004 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, giving it that familiar red appearance but with a lighter weight, just 2.5 grams. Even though billions were minted, only a small fraction remain in perfect condition. Most have scratches, dull color, or wear from circulation. That's why collectors pay big money for pristine coins. They're rare survivors in high grades. Let's move into the market value section, because this is where things get really exciting. As of the current collector market, common circulated 2004 Lincoln pennies usually trade for around 1 to 3 cents, basically face value. However, uncirculated examples in rolls or mint sets can be worth 10 to 50 cents each depending on luster and preservation. Now, if you happen to find a 2004 D Lincoln penny in top mint state red condition, certified MS 68 or higher, you're looking at values ranging between $250 and $600, with some record sales reaching even higher at auction. Proof coins with the S mint mark can bring $10 to $40, and cameo or deep cameo examples can go beyond $100 when graded by PCGS or NGC. The rarest 2004-era coins have brought incredible amounts in auctions. For example, a 2004 Lincoln penny struck on a dime planchet sold for over $1,000 because of its unique appearance and rarity. Similarly, broad strike and off-metal errors are highly collectible and can reach the same impressive prices. As of the current coin market value, top condition and rare variety 2004 Lincoln pennies can reach prices as high as $898.954 depending on rarity, error type, and grading. That's right, almost $900,000 for the most extraordinary examples discovered in recent years. Most coins won't hit those numbers, of course, but the message is clear: always check your change carefully. Now let's dive into a bit of historical background to truly appreciate the legacy of the Lincoln penny. First introduced in 1909, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. His portrait replaced the Indian head design and immediately became a symbol of American heritage. The reverse design changed in 1959 from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 2004 penny is one of the final issues before the 2009 bicentennial redesign, which celebrated the story of Lincoln's life with 4 different reverses. Collectors love the 2004 penny because it sits right at the end of an era, the classic memorial design that defined half a century of U.S. coinage. It's a reminder of history, craftsmanship, and the changing face of American money. So if you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or simply someone curious about the coins in your pocket, it's time to check your 2004 pennies carefully. Look for doubling, center strikes, die breaks, or pristine red color. You never know, that ordinary penny could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. The 2004 Lincoln penny stands as a perfect example of how even the smallest coin can carry incredible value, beauty, and history. Whether it's the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco issue, every coin tells a story, from minting to circulation, from history to discovery. And that's what makes this hobby so fascinating. So keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and your coin collection growing, because treasures are hiding everywhere. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, your #1 channel for rare coin values, market updates, and U.S. coin history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible videos about Lincoln pennies, silver dollars, rare nickels, and all the hidden gems in your pocket change.